go. So, we ordered 100 of these things. And they're each individually packaged. Whoa! Woohoo!
100 tea bags.
And I love this label design. It's so cool. This is Wu Yi Oolong tea with peppermint, natural chocolate flavor, cocoa powder, and carob powder. Stash tea is actually the people who got me into black tea originally, so I'm very excited about this. This smells amazing. I want to try it now.
Does smell good.
I want to eat it. I want to eat it. It smells like an Andes Mint bar.
Today we'll be reviewing Death by Darjeeling by Laura Childs, and we'll be making tea smoked eggs.
And chocolate mint oolong tea, because I want some chocolate mint oolong tea. So this is Death by Darjeeling. It is the first in a new series called A Tea Shop Mystery. This is by Laura Childs. And it does have a recipe, which we are actually doing right now as we speak. And that recipe is Theodosia's Tea Marbled Eggs. And Theodosia is the main character of this book.
So this book is set in modern day Charleston. Theodosia owns a tea shop where you can go and drink tea, and you can buy her teas that she has mixed and made for you.
And I quite like this because, you know, I've been to Charleston a few times since I live in South Carolina. So it's nice for it not to be in like New York or the middle of nowhere, and actually somewhere that I've been personally.
It's also fun to see her interact with people around the subject of tea, since we're sort of interested in that. So she is at an event in Charleston, and somebody drops dead while drinking her tea.
At the Lamplighter Tour.
So, of course, various people get under suspicion.
Including Theodosia.
Did someone at the tea shop do this? Did one of her customers do this? Was it someone who knew the man who was killed who did this? Theodosia has to find out. A lot of these novels start with a love interest, and this is way to the back before you really get an idea that somebody might be interested in somebody. And I won't tell you who's interested in whom. It was sweet, and you think maybe there will be a romance in the next one, but it's kind of like the Mitford series. Romance is second place. It's still involved because life involves romance, but it's not way up front like a lot of books.
Everything smells like an Andes Mint.
Well, shall we try it?
Sure.
The packaging, brown and green, that reminds me of chocolate and mint.
Perfect.
Pretty good packaging scheme there.
Fine leaves. But they have expanded, so.
I want to steep mine longer. Now hers is darker because she's got a slightly smaller cup than mine, so hers might be ready. Hold yours up.
Yum, 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 yum.
Just a little bit of a difference. So you might be able to try yours already.
Well, let's see.
Chocolate and mint feel. Think.
It'd be better with
Subtle.
actual chocolate.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
I think it's more mint than chocolate. It has
Yeah.
more of a feel than a taste.
But it's good. Ooh, I just got a very sweet note on the back of my tongue.
Definitely the peppermint mouthfeel, which I like very much. I have to say, I don't really get oolong with this, which is fine. I don't know that I would want the taste of oolong with chocolate.
All right.
What are you doing? She's going to put actual
Cream and
chocolate
chocolate
in her chocolate tea.
I've done it with Kit Kats before. I will do it again. good on chocolate.
I think that's cheating.
What?
You don't really get the taste. It's a nice mouthfeel. It's more mint than chocolate. It's got just enough chocolate to let you know it is chocolate and mint. Now I shall adulterate it.
Like I'm adulterating mine?
With cream. You're just having a snack over there. Put a little cream in there.
Well, I have to have some chocolate before I eat eggs. I'm starting to taste mint on my chocolate.
Very nice with the cream. Okay, this is one you should add cream to.
Also, chocolate.
Now it's very, very good.
2 teaspoons of tea. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we stick the eggs into this lovely mixture. Remove pot from the stove and allow eggs to soak in tea water an additional 30 minutes. Then remove eggs and cool. Eggs will now have a brown marbleized design.
That's a 2-hour commitment there.
Yeah. They're very jiggly. Look at that. Look at that. Very much jiggly little things.
These are basically boiled eggs steeped in smoked tea.
In other words, they're going to have little brown ringlets all around them.
Half of them we did a whole bunch of cracking, and the other half we did not so much.
Here is a perfect example of overcracked and undercracked.
I thought while we had this water here with tea in it, I'd show you some tea dyeing of fabric. So I'm going to put this one all the way in. This one I'm just going to leave natural. This one I'm going to put in halfway. I'm going to put all this one in. And I'm going to take one out at 3 minutes, one out at 5 minutes, one out in 10 minutes. We'll see what that does. So we've been busy. We did the eggs. I wanted you to see the water. And then we also tea stained some fabric. Here's the fabric with nothing. Here's the fabric that we tea stained for 3 minutes.
We actually think that it has the darkest color.
5 minutes. And 10 minutes, but it's only half dipped. Not a lot of difference. Tea staining just doesn't make a huge difference. In the old times, they would dye with many things like berries. But tea staining just gives you a very subtle thing. But I wanted to show you that just for fun.
All right, so we did 2 different kinds of eggs. We did very cracked, maybe even overcracked, and then undercracked, like 3 or 4 cracks. So we're going to see whether there is a difference in these tea marbled eggs.
So we took Theodosia's tea marbled eggs. We took 3 cups water, 8 small eggs, 2 tablespoons of Harney's Lapsang Souchong black
Is
tea.
it smoked black tea? Yeah.
The other option was 4 tea bags of black tea, and then a tablespoon of salt. We didn't have kosher. We simmered them, reduced heat after they got to a boil. Actually let them cool for a very long time, and here's the result. If you want the recipe, of course, you need to go and get
Buy
the
the
book.
book.
But we wanted to try it for you. And looky there, it's got little veins in it.
So
Of
we are
color.
going to be showing you whether or not the color goes skin deep, and also whether or not more cracks makes a difference, and it probably will have made a pretty large difference. Whoop. It's very slippery, not much veining.
Okay.
And then the crazy crack one.
We really went to
Oh my
town on this
gosh.
one.
Look at that. Like has just
It actually stored some water in there.
ooh.
So the cracking lets that water in that has the tea stain. So basically tea stain eggs, tea stain fabric.
Oh my.
Same
The
kind of
veins are so dark on this one.
Now that is like a Michelangelo of eggs. If you go look at old marble, it has all those cracks and things running through there.
So let's see whether this is skin deep.
This took about 2 hours total to prepare
Ooh la la.
these eggs.
So it is skin deep, it seems. You can see like almost a ring of brown around the edges of the crazy crack egg, but the normal egg has no real ring. There isn't much of a difference on the outside or on the inside. It's the outside that has the big difference.
So the question is, does it taste like a boiled egg?
I'm going to try the not so cracked one first.
Adds a nice flavor to it. I don't know what I'd call it, a smoke flavor. It's just kind of like I've added salt. Oh, that is savory. If it didn't take 2 hours, I might do it a lot, but it's a 2-hour commitment. That is good. It does to the eggs what it did to the brisket. You need to watch that video when it's available.
So here is the crazy crack. So here is the outside. Here is the beautiful Michelangelo inside. And here is that veined finish. Look at that, gorgeous.
All right.
So now we have our second contender, the not so cracked. It has some serious cracks in it, but not that much. As you can see by the fact that it has less cracking. The shell has one major artery, but not as many.
Pretty big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so we like the book.
We like the recipe.
We like the recipe, and we're looking forward to reading more in this series and checking out the other recipes. I like that this recipe is not a pastry, because books usually have recipes for pastries, and this is something pretty cool.
Different. Very different.
Like and subscribe and come back soon. Make time for tea and a good book.
Bye.